Hello, it's me, Jolene Goodall, with another chimp fact. Now don't worry, I've checked this one out with our caregivers, and they assure me that it's correct. Did you know chimps are frugivores? It's true. That means their diet mainly includes fruits. And some of the fruits they like to eat include apples, bananas. Yes, it's true, bananas. And why not get one of these wonderful banana flasks for your own diet? I recommend it. Not a drinker? Good for you. Then why not get a squishy banana? They're great for stress, and they even smell a little like a banana. Or maybe you're looking for a different kind of gift. How about a banana dog bed? They come in 2 sizes, so even your cat can enjoy it.
Hi, I'm Holly Chadwick, and I'm with Project Chimps, and this is Go Ape Bingo. We just saw Jolene give some commercials of our banana items, and here is Jolene live.
Hello, hello. Oh my goodness, what an actress that woman is. Oh, yes, bananas are fabulous. They're good for buying, they're good for eating, whatever you need.
Speaking of bananas, we've got I'm a Banana.
Yes, we do. Hello, Ima. Hello. Yes.
Hello, everybody.
Yes, hello. Well, it's good to see you, Ima. Now, do you have any banana products yourself?
I do not have any banana products.
That seems
You
like
don't have, but your skin is so spotless. You have to have some sort of spot
must use some sort of
remover.
product, right?
That's my secret non-aging cream
Ooh,
that is kept in the bathroom
I
under a
see.
counter, locked away in a safe
I
that
see.
nobody but me gets to use.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yes, that makes sense. And, you probably wouldn't want to use a banana-based product. That would be somehow inappropriate, I think. Yes. And obviously, we don't sell that in the gift shop, but the other items we do. So people can come looking for those. Yes.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. Well, it's good to see you, Holly. I hope you had a wonderful holiday season. Did you do anything exciting?
I went to Arizona to be with family, so it was warmer here. It was really cold here.
Yes.
Like 0 degrees. People kept sending me selfies with the temperature gauge. It's 0. It was crazy. It was 70 in Arizona. So yeah.
Yes. Well, I dressed up for New Year's since we didn't get to do it with the gang. Ooh, Happy New Year. Yes, because we thought we'd celebrate it. And I went to my new hairdresser. We mentioned him last time, David. He is fabulous. He gave me a little lemon rinse. Oh, it's lovely. And delicious. Yes. And now I feel like I'm back in my youth. I feel so young and vibrant, just like I was, in Soho in London when I was a youth, because I spent some time there before I moved to the US. Yeah, that was my gap year. Yeah. When Mary and I were not in Chelsea, I was down in Soho dancing it up. It was a good time. Yeah. I loved it.
And you were riding your motorcycle?
Yes, absolutely. How did you know, Ima? How did you know, Ima? I mean, yes, it was fabulous. Oh, yes, the leather. That was the best part. Yes. Well, Holly, I'm so excited to be on the first show of the new year.
Absolutely.
And we have a lot to talk about tonight. I know we've got some big events coming up. 5K, I understand. I hear there's a very important announcement about that to come. Yes, and more cheers for Chimps because, if you're not drinking, what are you doing with your life anyway? So, you got to get to those things and all sorts of events. Of course, our Discovery Days will be rolling around soon, but we got a lot coming up, right? Isn't that true?
Yeah, and Cheers for Chimps is the 21st of January at Tipping Point. So
lovely.
Drink on there is pizza and beer. Yeah.
Pizza and beer, fabulous. Fabulous. I'll have to come up for that one. Yes, absolutely. Oh, and we shouldn't fail to mention to everybody, it is not too late to get your tickets for the Dad's Garage Improv show at the Blue Ridge Community Theater this Saturday. Yes, just 2 days away. So make sure you get those tickets. You don't want to miss it. I believe our own board member and television personality extraordinaire, Miss Amber Nash, will be there.
Yes, she will. She'll be performing. And if you want to buy tickets, go to our website, projectchimps.org. Let me get the website up here. The tickets are available on the homepage in the carousel. just scroll to see Dad's garage, and you'll
Yes.
see it. So.
Yes, absolutely. And if you have any trouble, remember, you can always contact the Blue Ridge Theater directly because they're selling tickets as well. So if you
Mhm.
have trouble finding it on our site, don't give up.
Well,
Don't give up.
As long as I don't have to ride a carousel, I will be there.
Well, you know,
Oh man, bananas on carousels. That sounds crazy.
I know it's worse than bananas in pajamas. Especially when that horse goes up and he just bangs his stem right at the top. Yes,
Oh.
it's rough. It's true. It's true. Well, okay, Holly, I think maybe is it time to get into our first game? I think
Sure.
so. Let's
I'll
do it.
start.
Okay, great. I guess I'd better go over how to play bingo.
Mhm.
We've had a new year. You never know, things might have changed. So, just as a reminder, you do get 3 cards. So, make sure to tab in between and play all 3 cards. Yes. So, there's a tab there for that. Now, our games are traditional. We will be doing some different ones in the new year, but for tonight, we don't want to confuse anybody. So, they'll be very simple. Down, across, or diagonal, 5 in a row. Don't forget to mark that free space because it's free. Yeah, and it's the only thing free around here. So just keep that in mind. Everything else relies on your donations. Now, if you do get a bingo, there's that free space. Yeah, that's where it is, right there in the center. If you do get a bingo, there's a button out bottom. You just press that and you let us know. Now, if you're not sure, you can press it because if you don't have it, it's going to tell us you're lying. So don't worry. Yeah. But if you think you've got it, go ahead and press it because you'll win a fabulous prize. Absolutely. Absolutely. And Holly will be popping up that prize at some point during the first game. Oh, look, it's a mouse pad. Oh, that's fabulous. Yes, I understand we were going to do a calendar, but you guys like the calendars so much, we're sold out. Can you imagine? Well, that's okay because our mouse pad is fabulous too. You'll very much enjoy that. If you don't use a mouse anymore, don't worry. It's still beautiful to look at. You can use it as a wall hanging. You can use it as a placemat, whatever works for you. It doesn't matter. Right. Now, as usual, Ima, oh my gosh, Ima, you're kind of dark there. Let's see if we can get you lit up a little bit. Oh, there you go. Oh, well, that's a little bit better. Well, yes, that's lovely.
I'm
So
neon now.
I know, right? Ima will be calling the balls, and they'll appear right there on your card. And most importantly, at the bottom of your card, that's where you find the donate button. So don't miss out on that either, okay? Yeah, we need to do all of those things for the Chimps. Oh, and we have a special guest again tonight. We've been really lucky with our special guests, and tonight is no different. We have one of the supervisors at Project Chimps. She spends all day, every day, well, almost every day, hanging out with the Chimps and making sure that they're doing good, that the other caregivers are doing good, that no volunteers get eaten by chimpanzees, you know, all the good stuff. Okay, so we'll see her in game 2. But I think it's time to start game 1. What do you think, Ima?
I agree.
Okay,
but
great.
I do want to have a shout out.
Oh, good.
Over the holidays,
Yes.
Ima made an appearance and got to meet some of her fans.
Oh.
So we want to say hello to Everett and Nolan.
Yes.
Milwaukee.
Yes, because Ima's been touring. Yes, that's fabulous. So hello to Everett and Nolan. Yes, we love it when they join us on the show. Welcome, gentlemen, and I hope you win something. Okay, Ima, let's give those boys some balls.
Your first ball is N44.
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 Your next ball is G58.
G58. G58. Excellent. G58. Yes, let's give them one more. Why not?
Your next ball is I-19.
I-19. I-19. Well, since we're doing shout outs, I do want to give a couple myself. Now, we see them most every month, and we so appreciate our repeat fans. So let's hear it for Sarah Binkowitz and also for Low Level MPC. Welcome back, guys. Welcome. It's good to see you out there. Yeah, we love it when you join us. And don't forget, everybody, you can comment, and we love to hear from you and hear what's going on. And we want to say hi to Pink Girl. I think this might be her first time. Yeah, and so welcome from Massachusetts, Pink Girl. All right, so we love to hear from you in the comments. We'll give you a shout out when we can. All right, anybody close to bingo now? Anybody? Okay, well then let's get you a few more balls, shall we? Go ahead.
Your next ball is G55.
G55.
Your next ball is N34. N38.
N38. Well, hopefully you're doing good. Remember, you can call out for the balls you want. It won't do you any good, but you can do it. And make sure you've got your cocktail handy. That's the only way you can handle us for an hour and a half. That's the only way I can handle us for an hour and a half. Yeah. And I'm a mix and mean cocktail. Usually a banana daiquiri, not surprisingly. Yeah. Okay, so get your cocktails, get your water, whatever you need, get your snacks, and we're going to roll on through 3 good games tonight. Speaking of which, let's get another number or 2.
Your next ball is N34.
N34.
Yes, and Ima's has her own snacks with her.
Oh, lovely.
We are doing almonds.
Almonds.
Almonds, a healthy
Almonds. Yes, you know, I like banana chips and almonds, so that's a great combo.
snack.
Yeah.
Add some peanut butter.
Yes,
some
yes.
chocolate.
Well, you know, on the
peanut
trail,
butter.
peanut butter is a little tricky, but yeah, I
True.
agree. That's nice. Yeah. And speaking of trails, I hope you've been to our trails at Project Chimps. Yeah. What do we got for
All
them?
right, next ball is G53.
G53. That's lovely. We'll hear more about our trails later because they're going to come into play with one of our upcoming events. But if you haven't been out, don't be afraid to see them. You can hike with the chimps. Well, they're nearby at any rate. You definitely will hear them. Okay. Oh, you know what? I forgot one thing while we were starting with Holly. And so I'm going to come around to it. But I think we need one more ball before I do that.
Your next ball is 062.
062. Well, what I forgot to mention is we are still doing trivia. Yes, we are. We're doing trivia. It's going quite well. And in fact, in our promos for this month's game, we had a trivia question up already. And Ryan Lerman is already in the lead with an answer to that question. Don't know if it's right or not, but he sent us an answer. And so that means he was the first one in. He is eligible for a prize. And if he keeps answering well, he might be eligible for the big prize. And if you'd like to be a part of it, you can take part too. And in speaking of that, I need to give you the question that we already sent out. And Ryan has already answered it for us. I'm going to ask it to the rest of you. Our question is, how much does it cost to feed and care for a single chimp here at the sanctuary during the course of a year? In 1 year, how much does it cost us to feed and care for one chimp? Yeah, write that down. And don't be afraid to go high because trust me, it's more than we want it to be. That's why your donations are important.
Is this in dollars or bananas?
In dollars, yes, yes. Yeah, I wish we could just pay for everything for them with bananas. It might be better, but no, we have to use dollars.
Okay.
We prefer to use your dollars, so hit those buttons. Okay, let's give them one more, and then I want to start introducing some of our chimps of the month.
Your next ball is 072.
072. 072. Well, that's wonderful. I hope some of you are close. But let me mention one of our January birthday chimps, and that would be Mooney. Mooney comes to us on November in 2019, and her birthday is the 15th of the month. There she is. There's Mooney. Oh, lovely to see her. Now, Mooney is one of the more adventurous girls in her group. Yeah, she goes far out into the habitat when she has the ability. She likes to roam all 6 acres of our habitat when she gets a chance. Yes, I mentioned that for a reason. You might find out later, who can say. She has a close bond with one of the younger gals in her group, and that's Mandy. And you know what's also interesting? Mooney's daughter lives with us too, Harriet. Harriet lives with another group here at Project Chimps. So Mooney and Harriet are both with us. Isn't that interesting? We have a few mother-daughter pairs. Yeah, maybe we can ask Tawnya about some of the mothers and daughters when she comes on. That would be fun. Now, the most important thing you need to know about Mooney, she's a curious eater. She's even tried the beet pulp, but she would love for you to go to our wish list and send her some sunflower seeds. She likes them in the shell so she can crack them open while she's foraging around in the habitat. Yep. So send her some sunflower seeds. Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Mooney. All right, let's move on. I need a couple more balls, I think.
Your next ball is B5.
B5. B5. Well, okay, I will.
Check your cards. And your next ball
All
is
3 tabs.
All 3. G47.
Oh, that's lovely. G47. Oh, wow. We're just getting them all over the card, aren't we? I hope some are close. Don't you love bingo for charity? Now, the other day I went to bingo at Pals. Remember, we had Erica Lee on a few months back talking about Pals bingo. That was lovely, and we had a good time there. Yeah, it was a pajama party. Yes, what a great night. Oh, yes. Nothing goes better than cocktails, bingo,
And
pajamas. Yes.
pajamas.
You would know. Bananas know everything about pajamas, don't they? Yes, it's true. Okay, let's give them one more.
Your next ball is G50.
G50. And of course, G brings us to our next chimp. Which chimp might that be? Well, it's Zach. Zach is one of our newer fellas. He's two birthday chimps this month are part of the group that just arrived with us in the last 6 months. And you can see right in the picture, there's something a little unusual about Zach. It's his most distinguishing feature. He is actually missing his left eye. He had a medical issue that required the removal of the eye. However, it's really not gotten in the way of him having just a wonderful time at the new habitat. No, he has a good time in the sanctuary. He's living his life to the fullest, like we hope. Oh, speaking of living our life to the fullest, there seem to be some dogs having a good time. Well, good for them. So anyway, back to Zach. He is a dominant male, and he will push the other boys out of the way for some food. Yeah, nothing stops him from a treat. No way. And if you want to give him a treat, he enjoys peanut butter. You can get that off our wish list too. Zach's birthday's on the 20th. So feel free to send the peanut butter on the 20th. Oh, and if you get to visit us during Discovery Days or one of our other events, watch for Zach. He has a very distinguishing head bobble when he walks. Yes, he does. And by the way, at some point, we are going to see some videos of our birthday chimps. So don't worry. We know you guys like the videos. They'll be coming. Don't worry. Okay. All right. Let's move on to a couple more.
And I like the peanut butter. I've done the enrichments under the pine cones where you take the pine cone, roll it in the peanut butter so that it gets spread all even all over, and then you coat it with everything.
Yes. And if you want to make some of those wonderful enrichments, we're going to talk about that later. Yeah. So find out about volunteering or just visiting. We'll tell you more as it comes along. Okay. Let's give them a couple balls, don't you think?
Your next ball is O65.
O65. Yes. O65. And by the way, there's some more information about volunteering, so you can check it out. And I'm going to chat with you a little bit later. Go ahead and give us another one there.
Your next ball is I16.
I16. Very nice. I think that's a good choice. Now, I'm noticing a little note from Mandy. She says $9,000. I hope that's what she donated. Yeah, we're going to hold you to that, Mandy. We definitely are. Okay, but I think what's actually going on there is Mandy is trying to guess how much it costs us with the chimps. Now, remember, to be eligible for the prize, don't just put it in the comments. Make sure you email all of your trivia answers to us. There will be 4 questions, so you might want to just put them all in one email. But Mandy, you write that down, your best guess. And I'm going to give you a hint. It's much higher than that. I know, it's sad, isn't it? Yeah, those kids, they like to eat every day. Can you imagine? It's true, though. It's true. So before you email that one, you might want to bump it up just a little bit. Yeah. All right. I'm going to give them another one while I'm messing around here to talk about our next chimp.
Your next ball is N36.
N36. Well, that sounds like a good one. Oh, I've got a little hair in my eye. Oh, yes. David did such a nice job, but he made me such elaborate bangs. Aren't they lovely? Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. I just feel so good. Okay. Well, now that we've got a few more balls going, I want to mention another one of our fabulous chimps. And this young gentleman is Marlin. Yes, and his birthday is on the 15th. There he is. Oh, look, he is displaying a little bit there. Yes. He's pilo erect. Yes, it's okay, kids. You're allowed to say that. Okay, so Marlin has been seen grooming and playing with his group mates much more frequently lately. So we're glad to see that. He seems to be having a good time. He particularly enjoys Miss Haley. She is a low-ranking female, but she is a hoot, and I guess Marlin appreciates her too. And he has a good friend, Precious. So Precious and Marlin are good friends, and that's nice. But when he's not hanging with the girls, he likes to join his bros, Taz and Josh, Quentin and Patrick, and they head out into the habitat to do a perimeter check sometimes. You know, I think they think there's security or something. I don't know. Maybe we could get him a badge. I don't know. They make sure everything is all right, and the rest of the group is going to be fine when they're out in the habitat. Then they head off to enjoy the sun. They like to hit the platforms in the north yard where they get a lot of sun. And, you know, who doesn't like a little sunbathing, right? So that's Marlin. And if you'd like to know, Marlin likes the fluffier blankets to make nesting. So they're on our wish list too. So check those out. And he loves to get the attention of all of the caregivers with lots of drumming on any metal surface. Isn't that lovely? Yes. I'm sure everybody enjoys that.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. Mandy, don't worry. Just send in those questions. We love to have you involved with everything that's going on. Don't post too many of them because people might steal your answers, though. Okay. Let's get a couple more balls, shall we?
So my brother used
Yes.
to play drums, so
Oh,
I
did he?
know how annoying the drum sound can be.
Oh, and apparently Marlin really likes to be annoying. So, you know, I've been up there at Project Chimps, and even late at night. Oh, that's when they like to make the most noise. Oh, it's something else. Yes.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
All right, your next ball is N43.
N43. N43.
Give him another ball.
Sure, why not?
And your next ball is B10.
B10. By the way, I mentioned being up there late.
We got a
Oh,
bingo.
we already have a bingo. Well, that's
Bingo.
fabulous. But let me just finish that thought, and then we'll move on to our winner. I'll save some of these chimps for later on. Don't worry, we'll talk about more of them. But I did mention hearing the chimps late at night, and the fabulous part about that is you can too now. Yes, we have a couple of ways you can stay with us. We have our camping site completed, and you can also RV with us through Harvest Hosts. So find out more about that online. And you know what? Coming soon, you might even be able to Airbnb with us. Ooh, that's coming. So we'll have to watch for that one.
Ooh.
All right. So who is our winner?
Our winner is Rob Travis.
Rob Travis.
From Milwaukee,
Wonderful.
Wisconsin.
Well, good job, Rob. Now,
Yay.
Rob, I think that's wonderful. I understand, a little birdie just told me that our favorite buddies, Nolan and Everett, live there too. So maybe we will include a little something special for them. We'll see what we can do. Oh, but I'm so glad to hear it, Rob. Good job. Good job. And remember, now Ima keeps track, but it never hurts to drop us a line at events@projectchimps.org and verify your email address, or rather your physical address and everything, so we can make sure to get that gift to you as quickly as possible. Well, pardon me.
Ooh. It's your cocktail kicking in. Honey.
Finally.
Either it's that Aquanet.
It could be.
On your
I
hair.
know, right? Right into the face. But otherwise, how do I keep this beautiful look going? I don't know. Well, let's hear it for Rob. And that also means, of course, now that we've finished one game, we're going to bring Miss Holly back. Yes, we are. Welcome back, Holly. Hello.
Hello.
Nice to see you. Well, you know, Rob surprised me by winning quite so quickly, but that's wonderful. I'm so glad to hear it. But Holly, that did mean we didn't get a chance to see some of your better videos. Now, I want to go over some of those chimps later, but maybe you can pick out one of the videos you really were hoping to show us about our birthday.
Yeah. There's the ones I have, we haven't talked about those chimps yet though. So
Okay,
is it
that's
okay to
Just
show them?
mention one.
Okay.
Sure. Why don't you pick out your
great.
best one? I'll mention
Okay.
that too.
Let's see. How about Kavuli?
Oh, yes, Kavuli, because he's our youngest. Oh, absolutely.
Here we go.
Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, my goodness. Who doesn't like to swing? I guess anybody, really. Well, you know, Kavuli, as I mentioned, he is the youngest at the sanctuary right now. And clearly, he's still quite playful. So I believe he's turning 12 this month, isn't he? Yes, because I believe, yes, it would have to be 12 on the 19th. Yes, on the 19th. Yes, and Kavuli's been with us a little while. Now, Holly, did you know? Oh, there he is. Did you know that Kavuli is the Swahili word for shadow? Yes, it's true. Yes.
It's a very unique name.
I know, right? Isn't that wonderful? And we know that Kavuli also loves peanut butter, so be sure to send that for his birthday. Or if not, he uses blankets to make his nesting material too. So more blankets is always fine. Okay. Well, so we've hit Kavuli. We'll talk about some of those other birthday chimps we didn't get to later on. I'm glad we were able to chat about a few of them. We do have a few more, but that's okay. That's okay. But the exciting part now is that we get to talk to our special guest. She'll be joining us for the second game. And the reason I'm so excited about talking to her is because she is with the chimps so often. She's a part of the day-to-day care of the chimps. She supervises many of the other caregivers as they are taking care of chimps. And so, she has so much knowledge about not only chimps in general, but our chimps at Project Chimps specifically. So maybe some of you will have some questions for her, and you're certainly welcome to post them in comments so that we can check in with her while we're talking with her. Isn't that right, Holly?
Yes. And Tawnya is our guest, and she has 20 years experience? That's a lot of experience with animals. Yes.
Well, I think you had a couple commercial comments to make before we bring Tawnya on, though, didn't you? So I'm going to let you do that.
Yeah, sure, Jolene. We are going to have Cheers for Chimps at Tipping Point on January 21st.
Yes, that's those things we do regularly at those breweries and such, right?
Yes, beer and pizza will be there,
and pizza this time.
Vegan pizza, yes.
Well,
and we're also having Cheers for Chimps February 25th, just to get your
yes,
you alert about it.
Right.
And that's going to be at Paradise Hills, which is a winery. So
winery. Okay, so beer and pizza this month, wine next month. That sounds fabulous.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I mean, if you can talk about chimps and drink at the same time, what could be better? What could be better? And the best part, everybody, is it's an excuse to say you were doing charity work. Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow. Yeah. I'm not a drunk. I just support charity. Yes, absolutely. I agree. And by the way, if you're not a drunk, we do have alternatives to booze at these locations too. So
we have something actually for fitness. We have the Great Ape Escape 5K-ish.
Oh, yes.
A 5K-ish race, off-road race. You can run, walk, or hike. It's on our chimp trails, the yellow trail backwards.
Oh,
and it is on March 25th, starting at 9 a.m.
Are you saying they have to run backwards? I'm always confused.
Oh, no. The trail, it usually goes one direction. Usually people, you can do it one direction or another, but we call it the backward direction when we do the race.
But I was crushed when One Direction broke up, though.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I like One Direction, man.
I know. Well, so the 5K, that's in March, isn't it?
That's in March 25th.
I'm pretty sure I have that on my calendar because rumor has it a certain self-proclaimed primatologist might be making an appearance there. Might even be emceeing there. I've heard it's true. I think you should keep your eyes on. Now, if you are not signed up for our emails, you might want to do that so you can find out about important things like that.
Yeah, sign up soon because we're going to start our training emails very soon. So if you signed up for the race and subscribe to our emails, you will get training to prepare you for the race. So it's awesome tips and a curriculum that's just put together by real runners. So it'll help you get in shape.
I know, and it's very important. I have already started working on it because, it is difficult to stand at the finish line for almost an hour. Yes, I'm going to be exhausted. I'm going to be exhausted. It's true.
But don't you have your walker? Or you were in the Rascal, though.
Yes, I'll be using the scooter. That's much easier. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I saved the walker for the trails. Yes, absolutely. The scooter just doesn't make it up the yellow trail. No. Oh, okay. Well, Holly, I'm going to let you take us out on commercial break before we head to game 2. Thank you so much.
Okay, I'll see you in a minute.
Do you know what else we have in our gift shop? We have items for the home, in this case particularly for your own tiki bar, or whatever type of bar you enjoy. We have our chimp aerator. We have our wonderful bar tool set with our foil cutter in the shape of a chimp and our banana wine opener. And once you've got it open, why not store it in your banana flask? I know I do. Nobody suspects.
Well, you know, it turns out everybody suspects. Oh, well, it hasn't stopped me from carrying my banana flask around. Right, Ima? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's almost time for our second game, but before we can do that, we have to meet our special guest, Miss Tawnya Williams. Yay! Hello, hello. Welcome, Tawnya.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, I see you're still there at Project Chimps. Would you like to tell us a little bit about that?
I am. Actually, I'm in our education building. And our education building, our classroom, is a really cool place for schools and other places to come in and learn about the chimps. As a matter of fact, you can see behind me that we have several pictures of the chimps that we have here. And we have some white blank spots that are going to have the chimps coming in.
Yes, yes. So those are all the spots we have to fill. Now, what is holding us up from filling all those white spots with lovely chimp faces?
Just like anything else, it's money. So we need some donations to be able to take care of the chimps.
Yes.
I think you guys were talking about one of those things earlier for the trivia. So
absolutely, yes, of course, because we have to build so much more space for the chimps to live in, right?
Yep, we do.
So, which brings up the point, Tawnya. Now you are working with, I believe it's the North Yard in the current habitat. Is that correct?
Yes, the North Yard team, which is the first 3 villas that we had filled. And it's our first 3 groups of chimps that we had introduced males to females.
I see. Well, that's wonderful. Now, I didn't realize chimps could innately tell north from south, but that's really interesting.
Well, you open the door and then that's where they go. So
yes, that's true. That's true. It works with Ima the same way. Yeah. She gets out sometimes and I have to go looking. But that's great. Well, now, Tawnya, one of the things I wanted to mention, because this is how I've interacted with you, is as a volunteer. I've come in quite frequently. And, sometimes I even get to help with chimp care in those villas. Now, the volunteers do that a lot, don't they?
Yes, we actually really, really appreciate our volunteers. And we really couldn't do what we do without our volunteers. And we have volunteers that do so many different things. Chimp care, making enrichment in the kitchen, in the gift shop, in the events, and even going downtown. So we could not do what we do. We could not take as good a care of the chimps as we do without our amazing volunteers.
Absolutely. And what Tawnya said is very important. I know for me personally, it is wonderful to be helping out in chimp care when you're right there with the chimps, but not all of our volunteers really want to have that experience because it is a little bit of hard work. Yeah, sometimes it can be a bit of hard work, but don't worry. If you're interested in volunteering, we have all sorts of jobs to suit, your activity level or just your interest. Yeah, we want our volunteers to be happy. So we want them to help, and you don't have to be there with the chimps to be helpful. There's so many other things. And even if you're high energy, but you don't want to be, sweeping chimp poop around, you could help with our facilities, or you could help grow food for the chimps, or maybe just prepare the food that they're going to eat. We need all that help too, don't we?
Absolutely.
And you just had an enrichment party recently, didn't you?
Yeah, we actually have enrichment parties every Thursday. It's a lot of fun, and it's actually in here. They'll come in and the volunteers will make about 2 to 4 different enrichment items. And that gives us a little ahead of time for the next few days. And it really helps out. And it's kind of fun because the volunteers get to kind of work together. And sometimes I get to come in here and get messy with peanut butter along with the volunteers.
Absolutely. Hopefully not too often because, guys, the reason volunteers come in is to do a lot of this simple labor that most anybody could do so that our caregivers can spend more time observing the chimps and helping them out with the things they need, rather than spending their time on just, rolling pine cones and peanut butter or counting out bananas. Those are things we can do as volunteers, and we really enjoy that. Now, Tawnya, I know there's a number of things we want to talk about, but why don't we bring Ima back in and we'll get a few balls going and then we can bring up some of these things. And I do see we're having some questions too, so that's great. Okay. Hello, Ima. Welcome back. Hello. Hello. Now you've worked with Tawnya before too, haven't you?
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, you haven't been in the kitchen for a while, but I'm
No,
sure
I
you've
know.
said hi once or
Yes.
twice.
I've breezed in and out. So yeah.
Yes, exactly. Well, Ima, you can volunteer right now by volunteering a few balls for bingo.
Your first ball is N31.
N31. Okay, let's give him another one.
Your next ball is O67.
Oh, 67. Oh, 67.
One more.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's give him another one.
And your next ball is N42.
N42. N42. That's wonderful. Oh, and there you go. Our prize for this next game is going to be the swag pack. You'll get our decal, our window cling, and our Chimps pin. They all have our fabulous logo on them. Now, the window cling is colored in there so you can see it, but it's actually clear, so it's great for like putting on the back of your car, putting on your kitchen window, wherever you might like to, display your support of Project Chimps. So somebody will be winning that, and that's wonderful.
Well,
now,
Jolene,
Yes.
I've seen you cling to a couple windows.
I have.
After a couple cocktails.
Usually the
and,
liquor truck. Yes, absolutely. It's true. Now, Tawnya, we already have one question from one of our participants. Cole 1982 asks, do chimps, I need more cocktails. Do chimps enjoy listening to music?
It kind of depends. It's just like humans. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And they definitely like different types of music.
Oh, they do. Oh, that's wonderful. Do you guys play music for them when you're there in the villas with them?
We do. We have a lot of different enrichment things, and one of our enrichments is auditory. So we'll play music, we'll put TV on, we have nature sounds and things like that.
Oh, yes. And I should add, I happen to know, because I was there once or twice, that sometimes we actually have live musicians come and play for them too.
We do, and a lot of them really like it.
Do they? Do you think they enjoy the live musicians even more?
I think they do, because they can kind of see where the music's coming from, so they can kind of attach that to the humans also.
Yes, because they're very smart and they like to know the answers to questions. Yes. Oh, and speaking of which, Tawnya, we have to take a quick break because once again, I need to mention our second trivia question. So some of you chimps out there can answer this one if you know the answer. Let me just find my sheet because, at my age, it's so hard.
But you also got to remember, the chimps love Dolly Parton.
Well, who doesn't love Dolly Parton, right? Well, she is just America's treasure. She is. And she used to say to me when we lived together, Jolene, it's very important that you do something important. So, and I took those words to heart. I did. Okay, so our second trivia question for tonight, folks, Project Chimps sits on over 230 acres in the North Georgia mountains. And you can come check out our fabulous trails at the 5K or just anytime you want just to see what that's all about. Or maybe you want to hang out in our beautiful Black Walnut Grove. You could even have a wedding there. We're set up for events. It's fabulous. But in that 230 acres, we do have an enclosed outdoor forest habitat for the chimps. This is what we were talking with Tawnya about a little bit earlier. What we want to know is, in that enclosed habitat where our chimps spend some of their days, how big is the space? How big is that space they're enjoying? Now, if you were listening closely, I mentioned it when we were talking about one of the chimps earlier. And if you weren't listening closely, shame on you. I guess you're going to have to go to projectchimps.org and find the answer for yourself. Yes. Okay. So remember, how big is the enclosed habitat that the chimps enjoy? All right. Well, thank you for your patience, Tawnya. We're going to get Ima to give him a couple more balls, and then we'll have a little more chat.
All right. Your next ball is I-28.
I-28.
And your next ball is G-46.
G-46. Well, wonderful. Okay, Tawnya, I'm going to come back to you now because we do have another question, and it's kind of interesting. It's a follow-up on our other discussion. What Cole also would like to know if the chimps themselves ever get to play instruments.
Um, they would like to break the instruments if we gave them. However, we do let them play keyboards. We'll hold the keyboard outside of the mesh, and then they can kind of play the keys a little bit with their fingers.
Oh, so they reach through and play the piano.
They do. They reach through and play the piano.
And we mentioned earlier, we know a lot of them are pretty good drummers too.
Yeah, they are. They're pretty good drummers. They find anything they want to do on drummers, so they can drum anything.
Absolutely.
Sometimes each other.
Can they play chopsticks?
Well, maybe, but that's only if they're having, a nice pho or, a stir-fry dish, right? Now, Cole and Sandy, I do have to remind you that you need to email us the answers to your questions, not post them. That will do you no good because, as many cocktails as I have during the show, I won't remember what you put in the comment section. So make sure you email to events all of your trivia answers if you want to be in the running for the fabulous prize. And I don't think I've mentioned our fabulous prize is a big box of Chimp chocolate. Yes, vegan chocolate. It's gourmet. Tawnya, have you tried the chocolate?
I have. It's actually very, very good.
Yes, it's very fancy, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, there it is right there.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, see, it comes with a bunch of different flavors. Oh, and most importantly, it comes in a box with our Chimps on it. Fabulous. You can get that in our gift shop, by the way. It's currently on special for $25. Oh my God, what a bargain for all that chocolate. So come by and pick some up or notify us that you're interested. For a small fee, we can ship it to you as well. Yeah. Now, Tawnya wishes he wouldn't because any leftover chocolate at the end of season, she's going to be working on. She and the other caregivers love the leftovers, don't you?
Gotta have some sugar.
Yeah. Yes. So, when you're getting presents for the gifts, don't forget the caregivers too. They don't mind a gift from time to time either. So you can treat them to something. I understand they like peanut butter too, though. So, but you can designate it. Oh, very nice. Vegan chocolate. Yes, indeed, Sandy. It's vegan, gourmet, and organic. Yes, because our chimps eat only the best chocolates. Absolutely. Now, I know I'm kidding a little bit there, Tawnya, but do the chimps ever get some chocolate or something like it?
We don't usually give them chocolate, things like that. We try to keep it as natural as possible, what they would normally get. Obviously, we do give them peanut butter, but anything that's got high in sugar, we try to reduce a little bit.
You got to limit that processed sugar.
Yeah.
Not all of us can be successful diabetics. Right? Yeah, it's not good. Okay, I think it's time for a couple more balls.
Okay.
That's just a guess.
Your next ball is 071.
071. Okay.
And then your next ball is G55.
G55. Those seem like some good ones. All right. Well, Tawnya, I want to bring us back to a question that I mentioned earlier before you came on. Now, we mentioned that Mooney is actually the mother of Harriet. And I also mentioned there were other mother-child pairs in our habitat there. Did you want to mention a few or tell us a little bit about how that all works? Maybe why Mooney and Harriet are not in the same group, that sort of thing?
Yeah, we actually do have another, there's Precious that you mentioned earlier, and that is Marlene's friend. And Precious is the mother of Loretta. They're not together because originally they were in peer groups before they got put into groups to come here. So obviously mother and child are not peers. So they did not actually get to stay together for very long. So they may not even really recognize each other. So that is the main reason that they are not in the same group.
I see. So when you say peer groups, they tend to keep them in the similar ages together?
Yeah, they usually get along a little bit better when they would put them in peer groups at that point.
Fair enough. Now, in the wild, how does that compare to in the wild? Are mother-child bonding stronger in the wild, last longer? Is it similar to humans? How does that?
So it's kind of interesting. Usually the female chimps will actually leave their group, their family group, at around age 10, and they'll go to another group. The male chimps usually stay with the moms, but a lot of times the female, they turn 10 years old and they usually go to the other groups.
That sounds like maybe,
issues.
Yes. You don't want to hang out with mom too long. That can be difficult.
Yeah.
I have always said that 10-year-old girls should be sent off into the wild. And if they make it back, then you keep them. Yeah. Now, you've raised some children of your own, so I'm sure you have similar ideas.
Yeah. Now I have a grandchild, so it was worth it.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yes.
It cramps their dating style.
It sure does. Yes. And I'm sure evolutionarily that's great too, to mix up those genes a little. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, that's good. What about a couple of numbers?
Your next ball is B4.
B4?
B4.
Okay. What else you got for him?
And your next ball is N36.
N36. Okay. Well, Tawnya, I know you can't see all the comments, but Sandy Curry 108 has just commented that she has also volunteered at former Chimps Inc. in Bend, Oregon for a few months back in 2007. And that brings up a point. We are not the only chimp organization out there, or even the only people that care for animals. And I understand you've worked at other organizations yourself, because you've had a lot of experience.
I have. This is the first sanctuary that I've worked at. I've worked at private zoos and AZA zoos. But I decided that I wanted to work with chimps and just chimps. And I love Project Chimps Sanctuary.
I see. So when you were at some of these other locations, it was more than just chimps then?
Absolutely, yes.
I see. Well, that sounds good, though. A little variety, but we're so glad you made it to Project Chimps, because, we got a lot of chimps that need some care and good caregivers.
And I enjoy it.
Oh, good. I love it. So we should probably mention a little more. We kind of breezed over enrichment. Do you want to explain for some of our viewers a little more about what enrichment really is?
Yes, enrichment is something that engages the chimp's body and mind. So not just food items like peanut butter and things like that. It's other things that, like, especially the younger chimps get interested in mirrors or sounds or different things, smells, just anything that will keep them engaged. And we do try really hard to do as much enrichment that is species specific. So basically it's things that they would do in the wild, like our termite mounds, or we have termite tubes that we put on the mesh that they take sticks and they fish, not termites out, but applesauce and things like that. So anything that we can give them to help engage their bodies and minds.
Right. So we put some raisins in there because it seems like bugs anyway. Right?
So for like the water bottles, I mean, when they've got the water bottles with like the applesauce in it, is it usually doing sticks, or is that what they're trying to do to get the applesauce? Do they use sticks to get them out of there? Or do they?
Well, I would love to say that the chimps use sticks to get them out of the water bottles when they get them, but they have very good teeth and they just rip them apart.
Yes, because we do use donations of water bottles to put all sorts of enrichment inside to make the chimps work at their foraging, basically. Yes. Yeah. Because they don't get to go to 7-Eleven as often as they used to. So we have to provide them little treats, like a bottle of Gatorade with maybe a little slushie in it. Yeah. And you can help make those slushies if you volunteer with us. Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the big things volunteers do, is create a lot of these enrichments.
Absolutely.
Often with treats, sometimes just helping make the puzzles up.
Mm-hmm.
But Tawnya, we hide treats in a lot of even the more puzzle-based stuff so that they get a reward when they get it done, right?
Yeah, we do. We actually have what's called fire hose cubes, which we do have volunteers normally make our fire hose cubes. And they're just fire hose kind of made into a cube, and we'll like hide nuts in it. And then we'll put it either in the room with them or up on top, and they'll have to flip it around and try to get the nuts out.
Oh, yes. It's so much fun to watch, and they're engaged, so that keeps them from being bored. But yeah, and if you can't come make some enrichment with us, just go to the wish list and buy some nuts for us to stick into those things. That'll be fine. Okay. I think we need a few more numbers.
Your next ball is 075.
075. Okay, let's give them another one.
And your next ball is B7. B7.
Well, as a self-proclaimed primatologist, I'm seeing a very interesting question that I would know the answer to immediately, of course. But Tawnya, since you're here, I would like for you to go ahead and take this one for us. Now, Cole 1982 has had some wonderful questions, and this is no different. Do chimps ever make shelters like birds making a nest?
They actually do. They actually do make nests to sleep in, and they will kind of make shelters if it's kind of raining outside. They don't quite want to go back inside. They'll find a leaf. Sometimes the leaf doesn't cover quite as well, but they will actually hold things over their head when it's raining.
They don't go out with an umbrella. That just seems.
No, they gotta come. They gotta come up with their own umbrella.
Yes. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Maybe we can plant some umbrella trees. Oh, yes. Yes. So they do like to make nests. Yes. Which I think we mentioned earlier when we said, donate some fluffy blankets so they can nest. Yeah. What are some of the other materials they nest with there?
We actually have wood wool donated. It's just like shredded wood that is in packing material for like pots and stuff. And then we also do have hay, and they'll make really nice fluffy nests around themselves with that. And they weave in their blankets, and they will also weave in some toys.
So they all have their own bedroom and they've made their own bed, basically. Is that correct?
Well, they do share bedrooms.
Okay. Well, yes. But do they make their bed every morning so that it's neat when they leave?
No, they kind of mess it up just so that we have to clean it up.
Oh, I see. Yes. They like to keep you guys busy. They're sharing enrichment with you, I think. Yes.
They do.
Yes. Very good. Well, I'm going to give us a couple more because I have some other great questions.
Your next ball is B9.
B9. Is anyone close? B9.
Nobody yet.
Okay.
Your next ball is I-17.
I-17. Oh, fabulous. You know what? Let's give them one more.
And your next ball is I-18.
I-18. Well, that's great. Now, Tawnya, I'm going to do something a little different. Hopefully, Holly's following me. I'm sure she is. I'm going to ask you the next question, and then I'm going to have Holly just leave you alone on the screen for a minute while you answer so people can enjoy those wonderful chimps behind you because they're just great. So the question that I'd like for you to talk a little bit about is, do you teach the chimps sign language as a way to talk and communicate with the caregivers? So I'll let you answer that and expand upon it a little bit while they enjoy the chimps behind you.
That's actually a good question, and it's a question I've been asked for most of my career. We do not teach the chimps sign language per se. I feel like it's more important for us to learn their language. We do, however, do operant conditioning or training to present body parts. So we will have cues. So we'll ask them to present their feet or their hands. So they'll have like a cue that we ask. But as far as sign language goes, it's kind of more important for us to learn their language than them to learn ours. And they're pretty good at telling you what they want.
Well, that's great. Thank you for doing that, Tawnya. And I wanted everybody to see those chimps a little bit too, because in our education room, we all enjoy going in there and just getting another look at the chimps. We don't always see them every day, especially some of us volunteers that aren't there. So we like to be able to see them. And I think you have one of them that they can see up close too, don't you?
I do. I actually have
Mooney. Oh, Mooney. She is such a cutie. Such a cutie. Oh, those are wonderful little bricks. Oh, we love them. Well, as I said earlier, guys, don't forget, we'd love to replace all those white tiles in the back with colored ones like Mooney's there of all the other kids that are still stuck at New Iberia Research Labs. So we want them to bring them over. And the only way we can do that is with your donation. So keep up the good work there, guys. Let's bring Ima back and get a few more balls. There she is.
Yay.
Yay.
Your next ball is I-19.
I-19. I-19.
And one more. Your next ball is N44.
N44. N44. Very good. Very good. Okay. Okay. Well, Tawnya, I have to ask you the question that I'm sure everybody thinks of and is afraid to ask. Who's your favorite chimp?
I do not have a favorite chimp.
Oh, nobody believes that. Nobody.
However, the reason I don't have a favorite chimp is because I've been doing this for quite a while. If I had to pick a favorite chimp, it would be any chimp that was a chimp's chimp. So any chimp that was just took care of their group. Right now, my favorite probably would be Lindsay, if I'm going to go with that, is our alpha female in Kirk's group.
Very good. I suppose the better question would be, what chimp really caught your attention this week with something?
Lindsay.
Lindsay, there you
Yeah,
go.
she reprimanded some younger chimps and also blamed me for it. So
Yes, yes. So I have to bring up, because Sandy Curry asked a very wonderful question. How many chimps are still at New Iberia Labs that we need to bring over? That's a very important question.
it
Go
is. I
ahead,
think
Tawnya.
we have around 100 left. I think.
Yes, that's what I believe too. It's just right at about 100 to go. So we're about halfway there, aren't we? Yeah, right
Yeah.
around halfway.
And then Tawnya, since I haven't been up there in a while, how is the new construction starting? I know they have some fencing up, and
It's very exciting. It's
Yes.
very exciting. We're driving by it as they're working on it, and it's getting there. Of course, we would love to do more and do bigger, but again, we need the finances for that. But yeah, we're getting there. We're getting some little things going right now.
Wonderful. Well, why don't you give us a few more balls, and then I'm going to get Tawnya to expand on that a little more, because I know some of our viewers don't understand what we're talking about when we talk about the new construction, and it's important. Go ahead.
Your next ball is G60.
Oh, gee,
G60.
yes. You need some new glasses,
I
I think. Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Your next ball is O64.
O64. 60. Well, let's give them one more.
And your next ball is G50.
G50. Okay, well, I kind of prompted you there, Tawnya, so let me let you take it away to talk a little bit about the new annex and what that means in terms of what's going on at Chimps and what it's going to mean for the chimps themselves. Great. Let's let Tawnya finish that question, and we'll come back to our winner.
Yes, we have the annex, and the annex is going to add another habitat for cedar tree to be able to be in, and that'll expand not only their ability to be out into habitats, it will also expand the ability for the rest of the north groups to be in the habitat. So obviously we would love to have annexes for all of them, but this annex, as we're going, of course, we always need more funds for building things, and annex is going to be amazing, and we'll keep building, but raising those funds to help us make it even that much better would be awesome.
Absolutely. And my understanding is this annex will eventually become one of the new habitats as well, right?
It will. It's like a end piece of the new habitats. So it's starting towards that. So we're kind of starting with the habitat, and then eventually get up to the building once we get the funds for the building.
I think that's wonderful, because now we're making, even though we have to move slowly, we're making good use of all of the new construction that we make as quickly as possible, even if it just means our chimps can access habitat a little more often. Yeah, that's wonderful. Very good. Well, Ima said we have a winner, so we better find out who that is. Ima, who's our winner?
Our winner is Michelle Travis from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Well, Milwaukee is doing good tonight. Good job, Michelle. Good to hear. Okay, well, we love that. Milwaukee is doing such a great job tonight. We'll have to get them their prize pack. That'll be wonderful. And before we get on to that,
can I ask one question?
Sure.
So, Tawnya, I've got a question.
Yes.
So, our dog, like one of our dogs, is terrified when thunderstorms come through. And I know we just had those thunderstorms go ripping through here that, shook the house. How do the chimps react to thunderstorms? Is it, are they quiet? What do they do?
Some of them alarm bark. The interesting thing is the thunderstorms themselves don't seem to bother them, but for some reason when the power flashes and the lights turn off and back on, that seems to affect them even more than the thunderstorms. They'll just bark at it, and they'll kind of holler at it, but then they usually calm down pretty quickly. But normally it's actually the flashing of the light instead of the thunderstorms.
Yeah, something unusual surprises all of us, doesn't it? Well, Tawnya, is there anything you'd like to leave us with? Because we've had a wonderful time having you on tonight.
I've really enjoyed it, and I just think what you've already gone over. We always need volunteers. I love meeting new people and new volunteers, and obviously all of the wish list, because it is so much fun. It's like Christmas sometimes when we go to the gatehouse and pick up all the donations, and we really, really appreciate all of those.
Wonderful. Thank you so much to Tawnya Williams, the Northfield supervisor and one of our fabulous caregivers there at Project Chimps. I hope you'll get to go home eventually. Yeah, that's a long time to be up at Project Chimps, but I know the chimps appreciate it, and so do we. So do we. Well, that is wonderful. So we have a second winner. That's just great. But more importantly, we got to chat a little bit about what goes on day to day around Project Chimps. And you can be a part of it if you'd like to volunteer. So check out projectchimps.org/volunteer. You can also look at other ways to visit. So if you're not close enough to come volunteer regularly, you can find ways to come visit and do volunteer-like things for a short period of time, maybe as part of a volunteercation type of deal. Yeah, those are good too. Because sometimes, who wants to lie on a beach when instead you could watch chimps? That's what I say. That's what I say. So check out some of that. There are some questions, just a wonderful question, so I'm going to take it. Even though we're kind of done with questions for the moment, this is such a good one, Sandy. Are there volunteer quarters for international volunteers? There are not yet, but there are lots of places in Blue Ridge and the Morganton area where you can Airbnb, stuff like that. And we do have primitive campsites. We do have RV ability, and we are working towards some Airbnb opportunities in our historic cabin too. So watch for that as a possibility. But even before that's available, we do what we call our Airbnb Chimpcation, which is when you come and work for a week with the chimps, and we help you figure out lodging in the Blue Ridge area while you're here. So that's still a possibility. So check that out. Let's bring Miss Holly back, because I understand she has quite an interesting video for us.
Hey, Jolene.
Ooh, well, hello. How are you?
I do have a video that we debuted on Christmas Day. So in case, just not to be passe, but we're going to play Chimp Miss, okay?
Well, I love Chimp Miss. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Here, I got to load it.
Oh, happy holidays, everybody. And don't forget about our chocolate chimp special.
The chimps had such a fabulous time with this Chimp Miss enrichment. So everybody, we're going to watch it.
Oh, yeah, enrichment. We've been talking about it. Let's watch it. Well, isn't that fabulous? And we got to see so many of the enrichments that we were talking with Miss Tawnya about. What did you think, Ima?
That was
I
lovely.
know, right? We got to see the pine cone peanut butter ball. One of them was chewing on, and you could see that this was more of the treats and food reward kind of enrichment. But we did also get to see those frozen water bottles with the slushy treats in them. Yeah, and we could see them working at those. And having a good time. We also could see a few of them were hoarders. Yeah, we got little hoarders going on there. Yeah,
Well,
but I don't blame them.
And I didn't realize the one was a climber.
I know Samira was all over the place. Yeah, what you saw there was Samira climbing on some of the used fire hose that we get from fire departments that can't use it anymore. We put it up all over the habitat so they can swing from it, climb on it. And Samira looked like she was just dancing right across it. It was wonderful. It's so fun to see them all out and about. We got to see several of the birthday kids we talked about. It was lovely. I hope you all enjoyed that very much. I love to see the videos. If you want to see more videos, you can go to our YouTube channel. We have a lot up there. I go every once in a while just to see what's up. See if, pardon me. See, oh, time for a cocktail. Mm-hmm.
Yay.
See if there's a video I've missed. Maybe one of the monthly enrichments. We do like to post those up there. Maybe you missed the Thanksgiving enrichment. That was fabulous. So check those out. But of course, it's time for your next trivia question. Remember, you're happy to throw some things in the comments, but it only counts when you email us the answers to the trivia questions. We've had 2 so far, and it's time for our third. Now, our third is our random one. This one you cannot find on the Project Chimps website. You'll have to go looking for it, in the interwebs. You use the Google or whatnot. But our third question, our random question for the evening is, we noticed in that video particularly that our chimps are real foodies. You might be too. And if you are, you'll know that this spice comes in black, white, and green varieties. Yes. So let us know what spice comes in black, white, and green varieties. And it's not a penguin with nausea. No, that's not it at all. So put that down, put that answer down. With your other ones, you can just put 1, 2, 3 and write the answers in. We're going to know which is which because they're very different questions. Yeah. So, if you put the number of acres down, we know that you're not talking about a spice. Yeah. We know that you're talking about the thing. And somebody put in there earlier the 234 acres. No, that's our whole property. The chimps have an area that they go out in, and we want to know how many acres that is. That was your second question. Okay, so those are 3 questions so far. Stay tuned. We'll have your 4th and final question after our next game before we sign out for the day. Now, Holly, I believe you may have another commercial for us. So please take it away, Miss Holly. I don't know who the crazy person presenting is, but we appreciate Holly giving us commercials anyway.
Oh, hello! I was just cleaning some of my favorite items, like my Project Chimps glassware. It comes in a variety of shapes and purposes, like our pint beer glass. We have wine glasses, we have whiskey glasses, and most importantly, we have some fabulous shot glasses featuring some of our chimps. Why, here's Bo, and here's Gracie. Now, our chimps are only featured for a limited time, so make sure you get yours, and we'll see some new chimps on these very, very soon.
That's wonderful. Oh, it's so good that somebody's doing my dishes. I love that. No, I do have those two shot glasses with Gracie and Bo because we're getting low on those. You got to go to the shop and get them. I think you can order those online as well. But soon we'll be seeing the next 2 chimps in the series, because eventually we're going to get through all 200 chimps. That's only 100 times that we have to do this. We like to feature them at some of the Cheers for Chimps sometimes, or just they're often available right there in the gift shop. And remember, when you're purchasing your glassware, you can get sets of 4 with a discount on it. And they can be mixed sets too. We'll let you get different ones. Like if you want to have a pint glass and a wine glass and a whiskey glass and a vodka drink and cider drink. Yeah. Okay. So that's wonderful. Okay. Well, we're almost ready for our third and final game of the evening. And I do want to mention that I'm going to be featuring some of those chimps we missed. Yes, there's still a lot of birthday chimps to go. We had a lot this month. Well, now that we're up to 99 chimps, it's not surprising, is it? Okay, so let's take it away to our next game and learn about a few more chimps.
Your first ball is G53.
G53. What's our next one?
Your second ball is O70.
O70. Well, it's the beginning of the game. Let's give them one more.
Your next ball is N43.
N43. Okay, well, speaking of N's, Sheena. She has an N in her name, doesn't she? Yes, she does. Sheena is also a newer chimp. There she is. She's lovely. She arrived in 2021. It seems like it was just yesterday, but it's actually been over a year now. Yes, Sheena came with some of the girls at the end of 21. Now, she was born on the 20th of January and in 1989, so she's a little bit older than some of our other gals there at the sanctuary. She is, in fact, the oldest female at Chimps currently. So that's Sheena. You can see her there. She loves boots and watches. She's a fashion gal, clearly. And she asks the caregivers to show off those items for her to have a closer look when they come by. She also enjoys peanuts and apples, but she only tolerates carrots. So those are not on her wish list at any rate. She always has a stuffed toy chimp with her, and she carries it around on her back and shoulders while walking through the habitat. Now, Sheena is one of a few chimps that like to do this. They like to have the chimp plushies. I think they like to treat them like a baby. You know, it's a maternal instinct kind of thing. Tawnya probably could have answered that question but as a self-proclaimed primatologist, I feel comfortable in responding that way. Now, so that means, of course, that if you want to give Sheena a good present, well, a stuffed baby chimp would be a good idea, right? We have those on our wish lists. Or if you have some good stuffed toys and you're in the area, you can drop them off. We always take donations at our gatehouse. Things like the water bottles that we make the slushies out of, paper towel rolls, cardboard boxes, you know, the thin kind like cereal and crackers come in because we make enrichment with those, or maybe some stuffed animals that you're done with. Try and make sure that they don't have plastic parts, but don't worry. If you didn't check closely, our team will check carefully and make sure they're chimp safe before they get their hands on them. So let's hear it from Miss Sheena. Yay. Yes. Okay. And let's go ahead and get a couple more balls for you.
So Sheena's the same age as Taylor Swift.
Yes, in fact, yes. Now, the question is, how many albums and ex-boyfriends does Sheena have? Because I think it's one hit per ex-boyfriend, isn't it? Yes.
All right, your next ball is I-21.
I-21.
And we'll get you another one.
Good.
And your next ball is O-72.
O-72. Now, Taylor, I don't want you to get upset that I mentioned you have a lot of ex-boyfriends. I think it's great that you are playing the field and finding the right guy for you. A lot of the girls have to work through and find the right guy. Sheena knows what that's about. So trust me. Absolutely. Okay. Let's go ahead and give him one more ball and then I'll introduce another chimp.
Your next ball is B10.
B10. Yes, that's correct. To our comments. Yes, she likes stuffed plushies and shoes. She is a teenage girl, apparently. So just like Taylor Swift, who was a teenage girl at one point, like I was in the 60s in London, in my leather chaps. Yes.
The 60s?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Yes. Late 60s. Okay.
Okay.
Well, yeah. You get older. It's just the way it goes. Okay. Well, let's give him one more, and then I'm going to introduce another lovely chimp.
Your next ball is I-22.
I-22. I-22. Well, since we've mentioned I-22, I'm going to mention Bina. Bina. B-I-N-A-H. Bina. So Bina is a high-ranking chimp in his group. Yes, there he is. Look, he's got such a unique face. Oh, he looks like one of those monkeys that gets in the little hot tubs there in China. Yeah, he's got that fluffy face around the edges. And yes, I know he is not a monkey. He is a great ape. I am a self-proclaimed primatologist after all. So there's Bina. He looks adorable. As I said, he participates well in the training that helps him to cooperate with the rest of his chimp mates during mealtimes, since he is an infamous food stealer. Yes. Oh, yes, he likes that food. We heard Zach was similar, didn't we? Yeah. Okay, he uses his status for good too, though, because he comes to the defenses of the girls in the group when the younger boys are harassing them too much. Yep. He claps his toys in his bedroom to make the caregivers give him better meals and serve him at a pace that he would like. Yes, he's not patient. No, not at all. But then, why should he be? Why should he be? He's still relatively young, and so we expect that he will take on more leadership roles as he gets older. He's certainly experiencing with his style of interaction with his group. We hope he learns to be a good leader as he matures. Now, his birthday is on the 22nd. If you'd like to send him something for his birthday, he loves corn on the cob. He even eats the cob, but he just is happy with a bag of nuts from our wish list. And remember, get those full shelled nuts because they all enjoy getting them out of the shells. Yeah, so there you go. That's Mr. Bina. He looks like Herbie. Yes, okay then. So we can call him Herbie too. Okay.
His eating habit sounds like James Gordon when he goes to the restaurant and gets really picky.
Oh, yes, indeed. Yeah, all of our chimps, they have their own celebrity counterparts, apparently. Yes. We might have to do a whole blog about that.
There you go.
Yeah, absolutely. If you haven't read our blogs, go to projectchimps.org, look for those trivia answers, and check out our blogs. Sometimes the answers might be there. Okay, let's give them a few more balls, shall we?
Your next ball is 69.
69. 69.
And your next ball is B11.
B11. B11. Okay. Well, I'm not 11 anymore. I think we've determined that already. Let me mention one of our other new boys that's come along. Bobby has a birthday this month. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing Bob. Oh, there he is. Look, he's got the chimp chow just crammed in his mouth. A lot of them like to do that. It's adorable. So Bobby is one of the dominant males in his group. He's a newer arrival. He just came this last summer, and his birthday is on the 26th. He likes garbanzo beans, so that's a hint for birthday presents. He happens to be Anna's son, so there's another example of chimp moms and their kids all at the habitat. Now, Bobby likes to linger at the food hopper, I think you can tell from the picture, and get his hands on a little extra food when he can. So if our caregivers try to move to one of the other food hoppers where they deliver the meals to the chimps, he will often just follow them over there and hit at the mesh until they give him what he wants, because he's one of those piggy guys. Yeah, he likes to hoard his food. Well, good for you, Bobby. You do you, and you eat what you enjoy, even if it is garbanzo beans. Yeah. Right? Do you eat garbanzo beans? No. Yeah, I've roasted them sometimes to make a little treat. I don't get the point of it when you can just buy potato chips.
Thank you.
Right? Oh, all right. Well, let's give him a couple more balls, shall we?
Your next ball is B9.
B9. Just like my humor.
Thank you.
Okay. One more.
Your next ball is I16.
I16.
We were just on.
Oh, look, here's what you're going to win. It is the third game, so our prize is a little fancier, and it's cufflinks. We're going to win some cufflinks. It's got the Project Chimps logo embossed right on it. Now, don't worry. If you don't have a lot of French cuffs at home, you can do other things with these cufflinks. You know, you can wear them through a buttonhole, a lapel on your coat, anything like that. You can still enjoy them. They're just wonderful. Maybe just through a buttonhole, just for fun, just to surprise everybody. Yeah, they're very adorable. So you will get a pair of cufflinks if you win this game. So good luck with that. That's our extra fancy prize. Yay. We've moved to some nicer prizes for our third game, if you've noticed. This is not the first time we've done cufflinks, and they'll probably come up again. So if you don't win, you can either go to the shop and order them yourself, or, play again the next month. All right, let's give them one more.
Your next ball is... It is 064.
064? That's fabulous. Okay. Well, let's bring up another chimp, another birthday chimp. It is her birthday on the 22nd. And of course, I am talking about Gertrude.
Ooh, somebody's went away.
Oh, somebody's went away. That's good. Well, you're going to have to wait to hear about Gertrude first. Look at that face. Oh, she's pouting, I think. Look at, she's so adorable. Well, that's Miss Gertie. Her birthday, as I said, is on the 22nd. She has a good circle of friends. Samira, our climber we saw earlier, Gracie and Latricia, and also Jennifer. Those girls like to hang out together. Now, Gertie is not motivated by food or toys. So that must make it a little harder on the caregivers. Now, that's not to say she doesn't enjoy some of those things. It's just not as big of a treat as some of the other things. Gertie's constant companionship makes up-close observations of her a little challenging because she's often in her circle of friends. They just kind of hang out. But we did notice something with Gertrude a little while back. Gertrude had a benign tumor. It's one that's called, it's likely to be a leiomyoma, is the way it's called. It's not operable, but it's also not causing her distress yet. So we're not too concerned yet. And of course, we're always hoping for the best when it comes to the health of our chimps. And that's why we have a veterinarian on staff. And if you live nearby, we even have job openings, including vet technician. Wouldn't you like to work with some of these chimps? You can volunteer. You might even want to work with us. Who knows? Maybe you'd like to relocate to Morganton. Not this week because they're expecting snow, but soon. Okay, well, that's Gertie. And if you want to send her something, she always enjoys some nice juice. Yeah, so get some juice off our wish list and we'll feed it to her, won't we? Thank you, Gertie. We appreciate it. Oh, and by the way, she is also featured on several items in our shop. So if you like Gertrude, you can look for one of the items like the pins. I believe she's even on, I'm trying to think what else I've seen her on. I know I've seen her on a couple pins. But anyway, come check out our shop. We have images of a lot of our chimps or our logos found on many of the items. So that's always lots of fun. We have a new sticker set out by one of our own local artists, Miss India Sloan. Let's give her a shout out. She's one of our fabulous caregivers. And like many of our caregivers, she has just a wonderful talent for art. She's made a wonderful sticker set that's now available. And you'll also see some other things from our fabulous caregivers and other artists that are near and dear to us and make wonderful things for the shop. So come check that out. Okay. All right. Let's give them another couple of balls.
Your next ball is G46.
G46? Okay. One more.
Your next ball is G47.
G47. Well, those are right in a row. I hope somebody needed a G. Well, that's good. Let's give them one more, and then I'll move on to our last chimp.
And your next ball is O73.
O73. Anybody? Well, while you're double checking all three tabs, I'll tell you about our last birthday chimp of the month, and that is Miss Emma. Miss Emma.
Yay.
Yes. So Miss Emma is regarded as one of the smartest chimps in the sanctuary. She likes new challenges and puzzles, some of those enrichment puzzles we've been talking about. And when she's not doing that, she's usually dragging a blanket around with her so she can take advantage of a good spot for a nap, because, you should never leave home without a blanket, just in case. Emma's a little sneaky and playful too, and that keeps her caregivers on their toes. Oh, yes. Now, she likes oranges, but she has a new way of eating them. She bites a small hole in the rind and then hollows it out with the entire orange with her finger. Very bizarre. Okay, Emma, you do you. Now, when cleaning her group's living areas, care staff think they found an untouched orange, only to find out that it's one of Emma's little empty husks. Oh, what a trickster. Oh, she is such a smart girl. That's why she likes to play games like that, I think. Her birthday is on the 30th, and she likes those blankets to carry around. And the ones she particularly prefers are actually a polyester tablecloth that's on her wish list. She really enjoys that one. So maybe get her a couple of those. Oh, and by the way, she is a celebrity. She was the cover girl of the Humane Society US May 2018 edition of their All Animals. They're All Animals magazine. So check out that back issue at the Humane Society and you can see her on the cover. Let's hear it from Miss Emma. All right, I know somebody is close, so now it's time for some more balls. We got to get to our winner of the day before we can get to our final trivia.
Your next ball is I-29.
I-29.
And your next ball is N34.
N34.
Nobody
Let's give them one more.
Nobody yet. And your next ball is I-18.
I-18. Well done. Okay. Well, I'm seeing some wonderful comments, and I want to thank you all for being more talkative this month in the comments. We really enjoy hearing from you. We'll try and give you a shout out when we can and share your questions when possible. But thank you so much, especially Sandy and Cole and some of the others that have been chatting away. We really appreciate that. It makes it so much more fun for Ima and I, as opposed to not knowing what's going on. So please always sign in a way that you can comment. I know a few of you are coming in through platforms that don't always allow it. So maybe try some other methods to join us for bingo so you can comment too. All right, Ima, let's give them a couple more.
Your next ball is B13.
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 And your next ball is B1.
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 But I'm not one anymore. Oh my.
B1.
Okay. Well, before, ooh, there we go. Little brighter. Okay. Before we run away, I wanted to see, well, before we run away with a new winner, that's what I mean in here. I wanted to see if maybe Holly had another short video of some of those chimps we've mentioned from birthdays. So Holly, I'm going to call a couple numbers in a minute, but if you've got something ready, you feel free to break in with a video anytime you want. Don't worry. We'll recall balls as needed. While Holly is queuing that up, Ima, why don't you give him one more ball?
And your next ball is N31.
N31.
Anybody?
N31. Anyone?
Bueller?
N
Bueller?
anyone?
Bueller?
Anyone?
Bueller?
Anyone? Okay, one more while we're Oh, that was wonderful. Thank you, Holly. I believe that was Leo and Sheena. And I think that was shortly after they were introduced. The two groups were introduced to each other. You noticed they were doing a little mutual grooming there. Yeah. It's part of, helping them bond together so that they can be part of a bigger group. We like to have slightly bigger groups than they were in at the labs so that they can all enjoy themselves. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, sometimes we have raves and they all come together and really enjoy themselves. Yeah, I like to think so, at least. Yes. Now, Ima, I think you were just about to give one more number too.
Your next ball is B5.
B5. B5. Let's give them another one.
Your next ball is G52.
G52. Now, some of you have been following my career as a self-proclaimed primatologist. Thank you for reminding me, Sandy. Yeah, and it's true. I've actually gotten more things right tonight than I think I ever have. Fabulous. Yes. Now I still am regretting building the pool in the south yard in the habitat because having to fish those chimps out when you find out they don't swim very well, it's upsetting. Yes. But most of them have water wings, so it's okay. Yeah.
And it's hard to use the skimmer.
Exactly. So much chimp hair.
All that.
Yeah. No. Now, just to be clear, we haven't drowned any chimps. No, we would not do that. No. But we like them to have a good time when they're out in the yard. Maybe you'll come by sometime, maybe for Discovery Days, and see some of them swinging on the swings, sliding down the slide, or just climbing on the fire hoses like Miss Samira. Yep. All right, Ima, give them another one.
Your next ball is I-20.
I-20. Still no winner. We better give you another one.
Next ball is B7.
B7. All right, you guys have been talkative. Tell me how many far away you are. What numbers do you need? Maybe I can slip Ima a little bribe and get you the number you want. Who can say?
Well, that's what I would say. Gertrude, since she's not motivated by food, she's motivated by money.
Probably, yes.
Oh, we got a winner.
Oh, we got a winner. Well done. Yes. So you don't have to tell me how far you're away. You're there. Yay. And who is our winner of the third game?
Our winner is Janice Hudson from Rome, Georgia.
Janice, well done, Janice. Oh, well done. Oh, sorry, Mandy, but Janice has tied it up. Well done, Janice. So we've got some fabulous winners. Now, Janice, I don't know how often you get up to the habitat. I hope you do occasionally. We can ship that gift to you or let us know. Come by the store, pick it up, maybe check out some of our other items. That's always a possibility, too. I may be even up there this weekend. And as we mentioned, don't forget some of our upcoming events. You can find me drinking quite often at Cheers for Chimps, sometimes just in those locations, whether it's Cheers for Chimps or not. And if not, come to our 5K. You can just come and observe and enjoy the activities for the day. And, I'll be there. You can meet me in person. I do autographs. Yep. $5 a picture, $10 with autograph. No. For you, my fans, I'm going to waive that fee. So just come out and check it out. Okay.
And as a reminder, we are not here next month.
Oh, yes. By the way, thank you. That's a good one, Ima. Yes, we will not be having bingo next month. No February bingo. No, bad chimp. No, so you can't come next month because we won't be here. Instead, go to Cheers for Chimps and say hi there. But we will be back in March. Not to worry. We'll be back in March for a series at that point. Yes, we're coming back in March. I think we are. We'll have to double check that because I think there might be a conflict in March, but I'm sure we can figure it out.
And don't forget your question.
Oh, yes. Good job, I knew there was a reason I invited you to participate. Okay, our last trivia question for the evening. And this is always our stumper question. So you're going to have to search for it a little harder on our website. Under Google's. Now, it also happens that I might have mentioned the answer to this on one of the commercials earlier today. So if you're paying attention, you might already know this one. Our stumper question. The chimps at Project Chimps follow a vegan diet. However, chimps in the wild have a more varied diet. They are still principally frugivores. They are frugivores, chimps are. This means that their diet is composed primarily of which type of food? What is the main type of food in the diet of a frugivore? Our chimps are frugivores. This is their main type of diet food. All right. If you remember from earlier, that's great. If not, I'll bet you can find it somewhere on our website. So search around, check out things about the chimps, about us, and check out our blog. Miss Holly, come on back and join us.
Hello.
No,
Awesome game.
no. Oh, we lost you there for a second.
Oh, am I here?
Yep, there you are.
Okay.
Oh, you just
Starting to
went-
storm again.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we finished before we lost connection or anything.
Yes.
Okay, Miss Holly. I think we've mentioned all the important things. Cheers for Chimps coming up both months. We've got 5K coming up, but don't forget your tickets to the improv show with Amber Nash, Miss Pam Poovey from Archer, and all of the Dad's Garage gang at the Blue Ridge Community Theater this Saturday. So don't let us miss you there. Be there. And remember, your tickets go to help Project Chimps. So once again, you can party, drink, enjoy a show, and you can say it was all for charity because it was. Yes.
Awesome.
All right, Miss Holly, you got anything else for us tonight?
No, but I do have one more commercial I'll leave you with.
Well, every show ends with a commercial, so I think that's a great idea.
Okay. Well, I'll take it away.
Okay,
But
guys.
bye,
Bye, everybody. Bye. See you next time. Enjoy this.
Have you considered sponsoring a chimp? This is a fabulous way to help out. Maybe you would like to pick a chimp that has a similar birthday, or perhaps there's just one that has already caught your fancy. When you pick the chimp of your choice, you'll receive a photo and a bio, and you can choose one of these plushies that represents anything you might like for yourself or whoever you might want to sponsor the chimp for.